Hello! Today, Helen Answeik is also providing us with a famous Nebraska recipe. It's called Runzas. If you've never had them, they're really good. However, when I heard about what Helen puts in her Runzas, 10 times better than the regular Runza. So, I'm going to show you how to make them. It's a huge staple at all Nebraska's games and across that state. We even have one in Colorado, so I've heard. Never been, but I think I'll never go again because these are going to be so much better. So let's do this. All right, so in my KitchenAid, I have 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour. We're going to add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then we are also going to add 2 tablespoons of yeast. I mean, 2 packets. Alrighty, and we're going to give this a quick little mix-a-do. Just to get everything in there. We're also adding 1 teaspoon of salt. And we'll give that a little mix-a-do. Alright, so this is going to be the liquid that goes into the flour for our dough. So we have 1 stick of butter, 1/2 cup of water, and 3/4 cup milk. Boom. Then we're going to take this over to the stove. We're going to heat it gently until the butter's melted. So this is melted. Everything's melted together. You don't want to bring it to a boil because if it's too hot, it'll kill the yeast. So you want to put your finger in there and test it. That's still pretty hot. I'm going to let it cool for just a minute. Okay, this is cooled. So we're just going to pour it all in. Boom. And we're going to start this mixing process. Alright, so my coach, Helen, has told me I can add the eggs now. This calls for 2 eggs. Let's scrape down the sides, of course. We want to get everything mixed in. So we're going to continue to add flour to this until we have about 4.5 to 5 cups. I guess it's based on the stickiness of the dough. So we're going to slowly add that in. So that's 2 3/4 cup. That makes it 3. We'll just keep an eye on it. How's it going? That's 4 cups. So we're going to do a 1/2 cup and see how that treats us. I like to make a mess. I think we all know this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have dough. So now I'm going to lightly flour it and then do a little sprinkle-doo of the flour. We're going to knead it. Oh, this looks good. It's very light and billowy, and just think it hasn't even risen yet. Okay. Give it a smack, a tickle, and then we're going to put it in this buttered bowl. And we're going to let it rise. Probably for an hour. Because why not? Boom. See you in an hour. Alright, it's time for the filling. We have 2 pounds of ground beef that we are going to brown. Then comes flavor bomb after flavor bomb. First off, a packet of Lipton Onion Soup mix. Can I get an amen? Sauerkraut. Where everybody else uses regular cabbage that they have to cook and blah blah blah, sauerkraut's where it's at. Tons of flavor. So we will be back when it's time to drain this and add the rest. Okay, our meat is browned and drained. Next, Lipton Onion Soup mix. You know, my son sprinkles his burgers when he makes smash burgers with Lipton Onion Soup mix. And it is so stinking good. Let's give this a little mix to do first before we add anything else. Just to get it going. I have the oven off, the stove off, is that okay? Do I need to cook it anymore? I'm consulting with my master cook and her recipe. I mean, who would need a bowl of this by itself? Next, sauerkraut. Let's mix this all up. And I drained it, by the way. You could tell by the colander. We're just going to let this mix up good. Now comes cheese. And this is a cheddar blend. You can use any kind of cheddar you want. I'm adding about 2 cups of cheese, or 1 cup per pound. Bam. And if you go over, who cares? It's cheese. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stir this all together. I'm just going to let it cool while the dough rises. You don't want to put super hot any kind of filling into a yeast dough. It'll make it break and make a mess, and who wants that? Nobody. So I'm going to turn this off, and we'll be back when we're ready to fill the Runzas. We are ready. So you can see here, I'm just pinching off some dough. I will lightly flour the bottom and the top. And then we're going to roll these babies out. And I can already see I got too much. That's good. Boop. And depending on the size, maybe a half a cup of filling. Let me just do the ends. And we're going to pinch these bad boys together so that they don't come apart, hopefully. Boom.
Good.
Okay. Just got the approval. I'm going to finish these up and show you when I'm done. All right. They've risen a second time, so we're just going to do a little brush do of some butter on top. Then we're going to put them in a 375 degree oven. For how long, Alan?
30 minutes.
30, Mike. All right. We're getting very excited about these. And the rest on the other sheet, I'm going to freeze. Boom. And just because, a little sprinkle-do of salt. Bam. All right, we'll see you when they come out. Ooh. Ah, scram. Look at these bad boys. Don't they look beautiful? All right, let's cut one open. Let's cut this baby open. Ah, scram. Look at that. Flavor. Flavor, flavor, flavor. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, why don't you? Have a great day.